Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Amzah bin Muhammad Aswad. My ministry number is 2322735. So today I will be presenting about the communist political system. So basically, communism is introduced in year 1848. The founders of this communism which is Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. The goals of the communism is to create the classless society, which means that every person has share their works. This system is also to remove the capitalists between the rich and the poor. The ideology is that to cover all aspects of human life. Only one party can be available in this communist, which is the Communist Party. All media communication has influenced people to show their ideology. No pressure group will be existed in order to influence the policy of the government. So lastly, the country that has been governed by the communists, which is the China, North Korea, and Cuba. So now I will tell to you about the role of communism in Cold War. Firstly, the ideological impact. It is happened between USA and the Soviet Union. They fight for their politics, economics, and global ideology. USA said that communism is a threat to individual freedom. Second is the Soviet expansionism. Joseph Stalin wanted to spread his communism influence around the world. Communist government had formed in Eastern Europe, and the spread of communism is like direct challenge to interest and the security. The third one is the nuclear weapon fight. John F. Kennedy has given warning to Soviet Union about their nuclear weapon. Soviet Union leader want to do anything to upgrade the team. And in the end, this weapon fight become down after they signed the Limited Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Agreement.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Shafiq bin Shashi, and today I will present about the fall of the Soviet Union. The Afghanistan war that occurred around the 1980s turned into a disadvantageous situation for the Soviet Union, and it lasted for 10 years. More than 100,000 Soviet troops occupied major urban areas and large cities and tried to crush the Mujahideen, who engaged in guerrilla warfare tactics, hiding in vast mountainous areas and largely escaping Soviet attacks. The war weakened the economy of the Soviet Union and tarnished the strength of the Soviet military and its government on the global stage. The United Nations has condemned the war, and several countries have boycotted the 1980 Olympic in Moscow as a sign of disapproval of the invasion. Michael Gorbachev signed a peace agreement to end the war and withdraw all Soviet Union troops from Afghanistan by February 1989 and enacted two government reforms known as Glasnost and Perestroika. These Glasnost reforms allowed more freedom of speech, and this was a drastic change from the policies of its predecessor. However, the rapid changes brought by Glasnost and Perestroika somewhat surprised the people of the Soviet Union, who were not sure how to act without strict government regulations and supervision. Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania were the first three countries to claim independence in 1989. Later, Armenia, Moldova, Ukraine, and Georgia followed them. In 1990, the Communist Party voted to end one-party rule, opening up the government to direct political opposition, and the newly created legislature, the Russian Soviet Federated Socialist Republic, voted to formally leave the Communist Party of the Soviet Union, CPSU, and declare Russian sovereignty. In the last-ditch attempt to hold the Soviet Union together, the hardline CPSU staged a coup in August in 1991, kidnapping Gorbachev and ordering the military to suppress all protests. Russia replaced the now irrelevant Soviet Union at the United Nations and took over its seats on the Security Council. Gorbachev relinquished this leadership to Yeltsin, who completely abolished the CPSU. and officially dissolved the Soviet Union on December 24, 1991. Thank you.
So the end of the Cold War dramatically altered the circumstance of communists around the world and the countries they governed, and the collapse of the Soviet Union eroded the legitimacy of many communist regimes and forced others to adapt. While some communist parties fade into history, others found new ways to survive, and new communist movement emerged, and the story of the communists after the Cold War is one of the decline, adaptation, and in some cases persistence. So overall, the Cold War's end marked a decline for communism, forcing adaptation for some and leaving others as remnants of a bygone era. So however, the story of communism after the Cold War is not simply a one-sided narrative. It's a story of transformation, resilience, and the emergence of new iteration of communists to a changed world. So yeah, thank you.
The countries that still practice communist political system are North Korea, Vietnam, Laos, Cuba, and China. So the first country is China, which is the most well-known communist state today. So the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP, has actually ruled for over 63 years, and despite encouraging market activities since the late 20th century, the government maintains significant control over key sectors. So President Xi Jinping emphasized socialism with Chinese characteristics, which balances state control and economic growth. So the Belt and Road Initiative highlights China's global influence. So the next country is Cuba, which is ruled by the Communist Party of Cuba since 1965. It holds all political power through the PCC's Politburo and the Council of State. So the recent economic reforms have allowed limited private sector activity to address shortages. So under Miguel Diaz-Canel, Cuba aims to increase efficiency while maintaining socialist principles. So the third country is Vietnam, which is governed by the Communist Party of Vietnam. So the CPV actually holds ultimate authority with significant power in the Politburo and Central Committee. So since the 1980s, Roy Moy reforms have aimed to create a socialist-oriented market economy, combining state control with market strategies. So General Secretary Nguyen Phu Trong leads efforts to attract foreign investment and boost growth. So and the second last country, which is Laos, is led by the Lao People's Revolutionary Party, follows a single party system. So the LPRP holds real authority through its Politburo and Central Committee. Laos is transitioning to a market-oriented economy while maintaining socialist goals. So under Thongloun Sisulit, efforts focus on reducing poverty and promoting growth, which is supported by foreign aid. So the last but not least is North Korea, which is ruled by the Workers' Party of Korea and Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un, maintains a centrally planned economy with limited market activities. So based on the Jewish ideology, the nation prioritizes military development and independence.
For Islamic political system, a spectrum of governance Islamic political system are not monolithic, unlike communism or capitalism, which offer more defined structure. Islamic political system can be a various form as long as they uphold Islamic law or Sharia. So form of government is a flexibility. Islamic political system can be monarchies, for example, like Saudi Arabia, and or even democracy. The specific form is less important than adherence to Sharia principle. So, and for the ownership, recognize private ownership, but emphasize social responsibility and ethical consideration. Wealth distribution is encouraged through zakat. So the state plays a role in regulating economic activity to prevent exploitations. So for individual rights, it's a framework, not a dictate. Sharia set guidelines for individual rights and responsibilities, balancing individual freedoms with the needs of the community. This can include restrictions or certain behaviors, but also emphasize social justice or public morality.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Shafiq bin Shashi, and today I will present about the communist system. So, according to government, the communist system is dictatorial government, which is only one communist party is recognized. According to ownership, the communist system is the business is owned and managed by the government only. And according to individual rights, individual liberty is protected and fully controlled by the government. The capitalist system, based on government, the capitalist system is based democracy, which is more than one party will compete to become the government and be determined through an election system. Based on ownership, the capitalist system is the business who give an opportunities and private ownership. According to individual rights, this system is individually freedom, which is fully given to the community. Thank you.
In conclusion, the communist political system, which is originally developed by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, continues to be a powerful ideology today. So despite the collapse of many communist states in the late 20th century, countries like North Korea, China, Cuba, Vietnam and Laos have each adopted communism to suit their unique socio-economic situation.